Okay, welcome back. And now we're going to finish up our our JS object oriented classes travel lab. And we have one more part left. We're gonna go over it right here. So here's our part that we have left. We have estimated time. This method returns a number of minutes estimated for the trip. The estimated time depends on the distance in blocks and whether the trip is occurring during peak hours or off-peak hours. During off-peak hours, a driver travels 3 blocks in a minute, while during peak hours, a driver travels an estimated 2 blocks in a minute. Okay, so 2 blocks a minute for peak hours, 3 blocks a minute for off-peak hours. All right, so what we're going to do is look at the test real quick. Bring this back up. Recent, and we are at right there. Okay.
Why do I have that?
What the?
Did I sign
Where's my stuff at? I don't know
I
why that's happening. Okay. Oh, wrong thing. No. File. Open. Go to it directly. JavaScript. Open. All right. So here we go. Now let's look at the test. Let's see what these tests are asking us for. Next test. Oh, I was working on something earlier and I made it smaller because I needed more space on my screen. So let me zoom this back into how we used to have it. Okay, did I have it that big? Right there's good. Okay, and let me make this a bit bigger. Yeah, like that. Okay, so so we're gonna have a new route, which I'm gonna keep that, and I have that in there, and they expect the route for First Avenue, Park 3445. We'll take this. And they expect that to come out to 5. So let's go. So let's take this information, and we're going to put it into here. I think it's the same thing though. Yeah, it is. Okay, pretty much. Save that. And we have our blocks traveled, so that's good. So let's see that. Let's just run this real quick. 15. Okay. So we have that information there, so that's good. That works out well. Now we want to start on our the test. So they wanted the estimated time to equal 5. It doesn't say. Oh, there you go. Estimated time, true. 5, so that is 15, 2, 15 by 3. All right. So one peak and off peak. All right. Let's see this. We're gonna put this here, and we're gonna have it like this. So we're gonna say, as they want to call it, estimated time. Oh, hold on. That didn't get you started either. 1 second. Close the door now. Sorry about that. I gotta bring up the testing suite. Okay. Where did it pop up at? Usually pops up on its own. There it goes. Okay, so here's our testing suite, and right here, okay. Estimated time's not a function. So let's go into this. Estimated time. All right. So they want peak and off peak. So I'm going to assume that's going to be the argument in here, even though the instruction doesn't say that. But looking at the test, it did look like there's an argument Here's what I'm going to say. Peak. Okay, so that's the estimated time and peak. All right. So they want, if it's peak time, during off-peak hours, a driver travels 3 blocks in a minute. During peak hours, a driver travels estimated 2 blocks a minute. Okay. So if it's peak time, we want to make this a little bit easier. If peak is equal to y, or y. Oh, sorry, or y.
The arrow keys of the movement are these. Wait, those are the movement. And what's this? Don't use
Okay, so if peak is equal to y or y.
Wait, so how do you play? Okay, press jump.
Return.
Space and jump. X is okay. This is how you should position yourself.
So the time is based. The estimated time depends on the distance in blocks.
What do I use?
So distance in blocks. We have the distance in blocks because we have the blocks traveled method already completed. So we can say this dot blocks traveled, and for the peak hours, we're going to say it's divided by 2. Okay. So we have that. Else, we're going to return the same thing, but this time we're going to times it by 3. Blocks traveled function divided by 3. Alright. So that
How do I hit?
that should be okay right there. Alright. So we have that. Blocks traveled. Now let's go ahead and put in new route dot estimated time. Right now we're not going to put in that there is a peak. I'm going to keep this empty. Okay? So let's go ahead and hit run. And 7.5.
Wait, where's my pillow? I forget one. Oh.
It's 15 divided by...
It's moving. What does that mean? Over there. How many keyboard do you use? Wait, how do I use the controller?
Let's try this.
Controls Xbox 360 controller.
It's not peak time, so it shouldn't be dividing by 2.
Same thing. Right stick is the D-pad to move.
It's probably because I had the or in there. So.
Wait, hold on. What are these for?
Oh, no, let me see what happens when I bring back my y.
Okay, so this is X, O, Y, and which one is this one? A.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay.
Probably because I have the or statement in there. Let's just do this.
Jump.
Or, even better, let's just make it
What do you throw on
true or false if there's something in there. Okay.
Can you move? Yeah. No, I can't.
There we go. Okay, so there's nothing in there.
Wait, do you know Grip?
Okay, so there's nothing. We're putting it there. We're just saying, hey, if something's in there,
Do you know the game Fireboy and Lava Girl?
y is not. Oh, we gotta put in a string. Sorry. So the argument's gonna be a string. We'll say y, and that brings back 7.5, which is accurate timing. You know, if I would say if I'm getting charged, say estimated time. You know, I want to know, hey, how long is this taking? So that's going to take 7.5 minutes because they're traveling during peak hours, which is an estimated 2 blocks per minute. Okay, so that looks like that works, and that. So let's see this. And when it's not off peak hours, it's 5 minutes. 15 divided by 3 is 5. Alright, that makes sense. But as we see, according to our test, they want 1 to equal 5 and 1 to equal 8. So the one that has no variable inputted, I guess we could always put true. So they want that one to equal 8. So they want it to round it up. Okay. So let's see. What can we do? So they want to round them up to the next one. Because I have exact at 7.5. And they want 8 out of there. So if I put this into my code and run it, it's not, I don't think it's going to pass. So let's double check. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to put this into the one actually getting tested. There. Let's save that and let's see what our test says. Oh, awesome. It works. Cool. So it's not holding us back based because it's saying, hey, it's 7.5. It's actually letting it go through with exactly how much it's going to be. It's going to be 7.5 minutes. Okay. So I miss you. So, hey, man, I'm jumping in your car. How long is it going to be? Oh, 7.5 minutes. All right, cool. I could go. I could deal with that. So that's cool. So that is all of them together, and I hope that you enjoyed this playlist. I hope you learned a lot from it. I'll be doing other ones that I believe are more complicated on video and be posting them up soon. If you have any questions, comments, feel free to leave them below. Remember, be nice, because I'm currently still learning all this information, and this is just to help out anyone that ends up stuck or anyone that doesn't understand a concept. I'm trying to explain it the best way I can. I believe that doing this on a more regular basis, I will get better at explaining things, and hopefully people get value out of exactly what I'm trying to do here. So once again, thank you much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.